say the college rifle community is pretty tight-knit?
Yeah, definitely.
As a whole?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know, multiple shooters on almost every other team in the country. So, yeah, I would say that it's very tight-knit.
When you run into some of these kids over the summer shooting different competitions, do you talk about, what happened in the NCAA Championships or college talk about that?
Honestly, not really. I think as rifle shooters, we're all very good about compartmentalizing, each match and things like that. And so whatever has happened in the past, we usually tend to, let go or move on from. And so, if I run into somebody at nationals or, out at Colorado Springs at the Olympic Training Center, usually, it's just kind of hanging out. And, honestly, a lot of times, if we talk about anything, it's not shooting related. We like to get away from the sport once in a while and have those other conversations too.
What is it about this program, the coaches, the people in it, that the national championships pile up, and it seems like each team doesn't let the pressure of trying to repeat get to them? Why do you think that's happened and it doesn't happen?
At the end of the day, like Coach said, it's just another match. And, even for me or, Meelis being seniors, it's not even our last match. We're going to shoot other matches. So, in that respect, there's no pressure of, it's my last match, I need to do this or that. It's just another match. Because, after this match, we each have personal matches that we're going to go shoot, whether it be Olympic trials or, national championships and things like that. So I think we all do a good job of just treating it as the next match.
Do you, is a range, whether it's in Morgantown, Akron, Fort Worth, or wherever?
Yeah, the lighting is going to change. You go from place to place. And, that's something you have to adjust for. But other than that, you're shooting the same distance. Everybody's side by side. There's not much that changes.
Anything unique about Akron that you know of?
Besides shooting in the field house up there for small bore and air rifle, that's about the only thing that's unique about it. Outside of, just, going up there. Nobody's ever shot 22 in a field house before, so it was really nice for us to be able to go up there earlier this season and get a match in, because we shot under the same conditions that we're going to have for NCAAs. So everybody's been exposed to that, and I think that is really the only big difference.
Does your role change this year in your mind, just in terms of leadership?
I don't think so. I think that over the course of my 4 years here, I've always just tried to do my part and just stay consistent. And that was one of the main things that I talked with Coach with before the year, was that going into this year, I wanted to have the best year possible for me and do whatever it took to make that happen. And so I think we all did a really good job of making that happen for me. And, at the end of the day, when the match gets here, I focus on myself and I shoot my match, and then I'm prepared to help anybody else do whatever they need.
When you compare and contrast teams between the last couple, the last three, and this one, is there any sort of a difference, or do most of the teams just kind of have a similar feel to them? They got the same coaching staff with a lot of the same.
They all have about the same feel, honestly. He does such a good job of recruiting new talent and bringing in these new faces, whether they be international or domestic. And it's honestly impressive to think about the differences among the team I was on my freshman year and the team I'm on now. And just to see what he brings in each year, it says a lot about this team's future, even from here on out.
What would you say is maybe the biggest difference from your freshman year team to this?
I'm 4 years older. That 4 years wiser, maybe. I don't know.
Anything different with the team for this year's team versus?
The only big difference is we have 8 people. It's smaller. I think it's a little bit tighter knit, maybe. Everybody, because there's only 8 people, it's easier for us to all, it's easier to match schedules with 8 people than it is 10, obviously. So, it's easier for us to all get together and be closer. And, I think that's a big difference, but there's really hardly any difference between teams the last 4 years.
You redshirted last year?
Yes, I redshirted last year, yep.
Eager to get back?
Yeah, it's definitely experience redshirting in the middle of your collegiate career, and I used it as an opportunity to get better, and I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to redshirt, and I feel it helped me a lot because I have a child now, and it kind of gave me a little bit more flexibility when my daughter was born and throughout the whole year last year, and now I feel like I've been shooting a lot better, and just for having that extra year.
You came in the fall. What did you and John, talk about as far as what you want to do accomplish?
Yeah, I think it's important to set certain goals at the beginning of every year, and I basically, similar to Garrett's, I wanted to set myself up for success and go to practice every day motivated and work on a specific goal or something that I want to improve on, so that I would have a purpose for every practice. And I think this team's kind of unique property is that, like, it seems that we lose a couple of really good shooters every year, but we manage to come back every year and be more motivated, improve on our skills, and work even harder.
What has most improved for you over that redshirt period of time?
I think it gave me a lot of time to grow as a person, and I remember my freshman, sophomore year, I was always worried about different things. Like when I was in practice, I was thinking about schoolwork, but now when I'm in practice, I just leave everything else behind. I'm just working on myself and improving my skills as a shooter. At the same time, when I'm doing schoolwork, I'm just focusing on my schoolwork, and rather than being worried about, I didn't do this today in practice, although I wanted to. So just kind of trying to eliminate those distractions and stay more in the present. Focus more on what I'm doing right here, right now.
A lot of coaches talk about pressure being a privilege. Is that the way you guys?
Yeah, I agree with you. Pressure. I mean, we create a lot of pressure for ourselves, but every match we treat as another match, and I think that kind of helps us to stay focused on just what we are doing, and rather than the expectations we or somebody else puts on us.
Is there bigger competition whenever you guys are competing against each other in practice, or is there bigger competition whenever you guys are together competing against another team?
I think shooting against each other at a match, it's just kind of, usually it's a little bit of a different atmosphere, and I really enjoy it. And we have some really good practice matches as well when we're all shooting together. But I really enjoy shooting matches next to my teammates.
Did you finish with school in the spring, or where are you as far as that goes?
Yeah, I'm going to be graduating in August instead of May this year. But yeah, it's my last year. I'm going to be graduating, getting my bachelor's, and hopefully enter the real world and get a job.
You plan on staying in the U.S. or?
Yeah, me and my wife have discussed that we'd like to stay in the U.S. for at least a couple of years and stay around here.
Was your daughter born here?
Yeah, our daughter was born here, and actually I'm going to have another daughter born in another couple of weeks, shortly after NCAAs.
Meelis is a brave guy with 2 daughters ready to go soon.
Yes.
Not before.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Meelis.